The LFA kicks off a huge weekend of MMA during International Fight Week at LFA 115. In the main event, the top two 205-pound prospects in the world meet with the light heavyweight title on the line. Born into the world of combat, the Arizona State Wrestling standout and MMA blue blood, Josh Silveira now looks for LFA gold as he continues to make his own distinct mark on the sport. He faces undefeated knockout artist T. Cummins. The three-sport standout from Mississippi now has his sights set on securing his first world title with another show-stopping performance. Also returning to the LFA octagon, top undefeated prospect Jordan Heiderman, grappling dynamo Lucas Cassius Clay, fan favorite Catherine Paprocki, and Iowa Hawkeye wrestling standout Edwin Cooper Jr. Live from the Menominee Nation Arena in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, LFA 115 starts now.
The LFA Octagon touches down outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Green Bay is the NFL's smallest market, but with 13 championship seasons, including 4 Super Bowls, the city is known as Title Town. From the Oshkosh Arena in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, tonight, another world championship will be awarded. When Josh Silveira looks to continue his meteoric rise in the sport and capture his first title. But his opponent, T. Cummins, a former powerlifter and bare-knuckle fighter, has the same goal to capture LFA gold. LFA number 115 starts right now. What is up, fight fans? Welcome to the Legacy Fighting Alliance exclusively on UFC Fight Pass. I'm Ron Kruk. He, of course, is former UFC welterweight and newly retired Alan Jouban. Alan, tonight the LFA kicks off a busy fall season, and I'm glad you're along for the ride, my man.
I'm happy to be back in Wisconsin, or in Wisconsin for the first time, actually, Ron. This is my first time here, but I got to say, to be here in Wisconsin for the 205 strap, it's going to be some fun fights tonight.
Well, and since we are just outside of Titletown, the home of the Green Bay Packers, it's only fitting that we would have 2 undefeated fighters throwing down for a world championship title in the main event. And what a matchup it is, as Josh Silveira meets T. Cummins, 2 fighters who have yet to taste defeat in their careers. 2 young prospects ready to put on a show tonight. Alan, let's begin with Silveira. The former ASU wrestler and the son of MMA pioneer Conan Silveira is 5-0, 3-0 in the LFA, and has won all his LFA fights by way of submission and in truly dominant fashion.
Ron, when you watch Josh Silveira fight, you see the wrestling background, you see the finishes, the dumps, the slams right here that he does so well in his back pocket all the time. But it's the fight IQ. The fight IQ that Josh possesses is what stands out to me. He was born into this sport. He's been raised training with the best grapplers in the world, the best fighters in the world, and this shows. When he gets inside the octagon, he feels that he's born for this, born for bigger and better things. And let me tell you, speaking to him and his father, they have a plan. They have a plan for the future moving forward. Everything is very calculated, just like his fighting style.
Absolutely. Not only is he unbeaten as a pro, but also as an amateur. This guy is riding a 5-year, 9-fight win streak. Very impressive. However, his opponent, T. Cummins, he's getting it done as well, not only in MMA, but in bare knuckle. He is 2-0 in bare knuckle boxing, 4-0 though in mixed martial arts, and Alan, all 4 of his wins coming by way of knockout.
Just a powerful man, Ron. When you see him, the experiment they call him, that's his nickname, and you can see why. A very, very powerful man, and he's somebody that's very raw, came from a powerlifting background, and he took that powerlifting background and he parlayed it into the striking that you see today. He's very explosive. He brought that explosion with him, brought that power with him. I believe he will be the faster man in this fight, and in his career, we have seen him get better and better, more polished striking each and every fight that he's had.
And both of these men have made a career taking out their opponents. They both have 100% finishing rates and a combined 7 first-round finishes. We have several familiar faces on the card tonight. Let's check out the rest of the matchups here at LFA 115. Flyweights kick off the broadcast when Wisconsin's Miguel Sanson makes his pro debut against Extreme Couture's Aupuni Pagaoa. Expect fireworks when Glory kickboxing vet James Waller meets retired Marine Roland Dunlap, who scored a highlight reel slam KO in April. Undefeated Andrew Johnson makes his LFA debut against former University of Iowa wrestler, now Jackson Wink product, Edwin Cooper. Originally from Pennsylvania, but now training at Rufus Sport here in Wisconsin. Jake Kozorosky makes his debut against 7-1 Lucas Clay, who is unbeaten in the LFA octagon. And in the co-main event, and just in time for football season, former defensive lineman for Indiana University and undefeated heavyweight Jordan Heiderman meets Contender Series vet Chad Johnson, who has 6 wins via knockout, and no, he does not go by Ocho Cinco. Alan, who is a prospect you will be keeping an eye on tonight?
This was kind of an easy one for me, Ron. Edwin Cooper Jr. This guy has been wrestling his entire life. 2-time high school state champion, 2-time junior college state champion, NCAA Division II runner-up. He's been wrestling. He wrestled at Iowa. He brings that wrestling pedigree inside of the octagon, but he's more than that. 6 feet tall, very long, rangy striker. And I want to bring this up. 4-1. That one blemish on his record should not have even been there. It was a tap that no one saw. He really was dominating that fight. He really should be a 5-0 fighter. And keep your eyes on this guy. He's at Jackson Winklejohn, a tremendous gym now and a tremendous fighter. Keep your eye on him tonight.
We get the action rolling in the LFA Flyweight division and a matchup between Sanson and Pagaoa. Aupuni Pagaoa coming off an unbelievable 12-second TKO win versus Josh Elias at LFA 105. Don't blink, this was impressive, Alan.
Yeah, I was at this fight with you, Ron. This is the debut, pro debut in the LFA, and you get a humongous 12-second TKO. The speed, the precision, everything was there for him. You couldn't have had a better debut.
He would like to build off that impressive finish here tonight when he takes on Miguel Sanson, who is making his pro debut. Here is the howler head, tail of the tape. Sanson, 22 years old. Pagaoa, 1 year his elder. The Hawaiian is 1 inch shorter, and it's Sanson who will enjoy almost a 3-inch reach advantage. To kick off LFA number 115, here's the voice of the LFA Octagon, ring announcer Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live around the world tonight on UFC Fight Pass from the Oshkosh Arena here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin for LFA 115, Silveira versus Cummins. Tonight's event is brought to you in part by GLC 2000, Koi CBD, and 9mm Energy. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Department of Safety and Professional Services, overseen tonight by Program Director Mary Murphy Edwards and Assistant Deputy Commissioner Matt Reynolds. Your timekeeper tonight, Mike Rogers, and your physician, Octagon side, Dr. Richard Barney. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off LFA 115. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Flyweight division. Brought to you tonight by Howlerhead Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Welcome to the jungle. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5'6", weight in 125.4 pounds. The ultimate professional record, 1 win, 0 defeats. That win coming by way of knockout. Representing Extreme Couture and fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Kaneohe, Hawaii, Aupuni Pagaoa. His opponent, Octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'7", weight in 125.4 pounds. Tonight, he's making his professional debut, representing BAM MMA and fighting out of Delaware, Wisconsin, champion, Miguel Sanson. The referee in charge of the action, Tom DeVelvis.
All right, gentlemen, join me in the middle. All right, defend yourselves all times, obey my commands all times. If you wish to touch gloves, do it now. Back to corners, prepare to fight.
Alan, an opportunity for two young fighters in Pagaoa and Sanson. Pagaoa in the blue tape, red tape on Sanson. These two are getting the opportunity because due to an illness, Hillary Rose went to the hospital today, and her fight with Kozorosky unfortunately was canceled. So these two move up to the main card.
Yeah, it was a shame. Kozorosky was really ready to fight. Her and her husband Steven had 2 outs that they couldn't get it. And so we'll hopefully see her in the next card. But these two guys definitely have an opportunity to be a tremendous fight. We talked about Pagaoa's 12-second KO on the entrance. The man came into the LFA octagon and lit the place up.
Yes, he did.
Talked to him earlier today. He just talked about how much speed and experience he feels he has over his opponent.
Pagaoa, Tapology's #4 ranked flyweight in Hawaii. Now lives and trains in Las Vegas at Extreme Couture. And Miguel Sanson, he's making his pro debut after a 4-0 amateur career. Second fight in 56 days for him.
Sanson shot twice. Pagaoa was keen to it right there, 2 sprawls. I want to clarify too, Ron. I said, so much more experience Pagaoa feels. He's only 1-0. How does he have so much more experience? He's already made his pro debut. He's gotten that out of the way. Plus, he has twice the amount of amateur fights. Right. And he's training at Extreme Couture. All of these things combined leading into this fight, it gives him so much confidence moving forward.
And speaking of that confidence, Pagaoa finished his amateur career with back-to-back title victories. Very impressive young man in retreat, 23 years old.
These guys are throwing some leather right now. Fast guys in the flyweight division. You got to keep your eye on them.
Miguel Sanson fighting here in Wisconsin, representing BAM Mixed Martial Arts. He's coming off a 3rd-round TKO victory that was back in July.
You see all the little feints happening here, right? These guys are both touching opposite stances. They're touching a league glove. Both guys throwing feints. Head movement happening. Yes. Both guys very tentative to come in. Both of them are kind of looking for that big counter shot at the moment.
Flyweight matchup here at LFA 115. A great crowd in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So great to have fans back in the building.
My first time at the desk with you, partner.
Yeah.
With the fans in the building.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, it's great to have you back, man. Taking time out of that busy retirement schedule.
Both guys still kind of filling each other out at the moment, right? Got that first round, kind of getting those jitters out of the way, seeing who's going to commit on something first.
Yeah, and you just wonder what went through these two young fighters' minds when they got the call. I mean, we just found out about Rose having to withdraw due to the illness, you know, so they got the call maybe about 5 p.m. today. You know, they were scheduled to be on the prelims, and suddenly you're making your debut, and in Sanson's case, on UFC Fight Pass, kicking off LFA 115. Great opportunity.
A big opportunity for both guys, right? And when you look at these two guys, 2 young guns. I mean, really, if you watch footage on these guys, 2 young guns. We've seen Aupuni, Pagaoa, what he could do in the octagon so far. Miguel Sanson, watching fight footage on this guy is a fighter. I'm telling you, I watched a fight where he was fighting a 6'2" guy, much taller guy. He got dropped early in the round, got put into a triangle, survived both of those, took the back immediately and finished the fight. He's a survivor, he's a fighter.
Quick hands from Pagaoa.
Yeah, those quick hands. Sorry about that, Ron. Those quick hands he was talking about. I tried to catch up with them a little bit earlier today as they got the last-minute call to get on the main card.
Right.
And he just spoke about his speed, man. He was just like speed and confidence, the experience that I have. And again, I said, well, you want to know how much experience. But again, just alluding back to, he goes, man, for the last 5 years, I've trained with the best guys in the world, and I know this guy hasn't done that yet.
Trains alongside with other Hawaiians at Extreme Couture like Dan Ige, Kai Kamaka, Tristan Kamaka, Boston Salmon, and Many others there at the great gym, Extreme Couture in Las Vegas.
Whoa.
30 seconds to go here in the opening round.
Yeah, I was just about to say both guys a little hesitant to commit.
Clinch up and Sanson looking for the takedown.
Yeah, working hard on it. Woo! Fast hands by Pagaoa.
There we go.
Oh!
Flying knee.
Beautiful flying knee. Sanson really looking for these takedowns. He showed early in the fight. He shot twice, wasn't able to get it. Now at the end of the round, trying to finish with that takedown as well.
Aupuni Pagaoa ends that first round with a flurry. Back and forth action here at LFA number 115 as we check out some of the highlights of that opening frame.
Yeah, you see these guys so fast. You see the quick hands right there of Pagaoa. They're going to be pawing back and forth. This looks like, I think, later in the round right here. There's that beautiful switch knee. Kind of deflected off of the shoulder. Didn't land flush. Sanson was aware. Immediately went to the grappling, trying to take him down. We saw this in the fight. He shot twice back-to-back early in the round. He shot at the end of the round. I think this could be part of the game plan, Ron. Try to take him down. Try to offset some of the speed of Aupuni Pagaoa.
LFA 115 here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and live on UFC Fight Pass. Hit us up during the broadcast at Alan Joban, at R. Crucken, at LFA Fighting on Twitter. Aupuni Pagaoa in the blue tape, 1-0 record, and Miguel Sanson making his pro debut. He's got the red tape tonight.
These guys are so fast, Ron. I mean, every time I blink, I see a combination right there, a flurry. And even when one lands flush, the other one's counter is right after it.
See if Sanson shook off some of those butterflies in his pro debut. Big lights, big crowd, but looks very comfortable.
Yeah,
sure.
I agree. He looks like he's flowing well. He's in the zone. He shook that off in the first round.
This is already Miguel Sanson's 4th fight of the year. He fought in February, April, July, and tonight.
Wow.
Made his amateur debut in November of 2020.
I was going to say, so I mean, this is his 4th fight. This is his pro debut.
Right.
He's been fighting for just about a year, and look how he's performing already. This guy's really sharp striker right here, going up against another one. There's that takedown shot. Yeah, he's really
punching his way in to try to get that takedown.
It's starting to feel like he's got confidence on the feet, but maybe he's trying to bait Pagaoa in. Bait Pagaoa in to commit to something, make the takedown a little bit easier. Right now, both guys are standing on the outside. It's making those takedowns for Sanson a little bit more difficult.
Pagaoa really letting those fists fly. Sanson firing back. There's a kick blocked by Pagaoa.
Sanson getting a little momentum right here. There's that shot. Let's see if he can complete one of them.
Looking for that single leg, working hard to get it. Now he's got Pagaoa up against the cage, and he scores the takedown.
Nice job, head outside, ran the pipe on, and immediately to the back. See if he can get these hooks in, prevent Pagaoa from standing back up to his feet.
With just under 3 minutes to go in the second round, an opportunity here for the young 22-year-old Miguel Sanson.
Both guys making the right decisions right here. Sanson does have that one left hook in, trying to get that right hook in right here. Got them both secured.
Working hard, trying to get under it, and the chin, but Pagaoa fighting it off nicely.
Sanson does have one submission victory in his amateur career. Must feel like this is where he might have a little bit more of a strength on Pagaoa. Oh, head and arm choke right here.
Look at this.
He's got the knee out. He needs to either go mount or go to the side to finish this right here. If Pagaoa could trap that leg, it might make it a little bit more difficult right here. It's hard to finish it in half guard as he is. Rolls out of it.
But not out of trouble yet.
Immediately on the back. Beautiful transitions right here, these guys.
Wow. Sanson all over Pagaoa right now. Minute 45, second round.
And this is what I was talking about in his amateur fight that I saw, Ron. He was in trouble at some point. He was able to get out of it, transitioned immediately to the back, and was able to get the finish. He transitions very smoothly in the grappling departments.
Pagaoa landing some elbows, and Sanson returning with big shots. Again on the back of Pagaoa, not out of trouble.
You saw how quickly he shot that hook in there. Beautiful stuff right here by Sanson.
Oh, a nice transition there from Pagaoa, but still not out of trouble. Yeah. Sanson just swarming all over the Hawaiian.
Pagaoa had an opening right there. Sanson shut the door immediately on it.
Yeah.
Starting to kind of see what these fighters do well now in this second round of the fight. Sanson just very good in the transitions. Transitions from one thing to the next, very smooth. You see right here the position he's in. He had kind of a top lockdown on that leg, preventing Pagaoa from standing up. You can see how he has his legs laced right now. Pagaoa, in order to stand up, he needs to get that left leg out and put his left hand on the ground and use that as a base to stand up. So you need to be careful right here on the get up. Doesn't let Sanson lace in the hooks or lace in the arm under the neck.
What a dominant round for Miguel Sanson. All over Pagaoa in this second round, and now Pagaoa comes up and he's firing.
Pagaoa's not having any of it. He doesn't want to be back on the ground, baby. Fast hands again, but look at Sanson. Immediately transitions to the single leg, out of danger.
And the horn sounds. What a comeback round for Miguel Sanson. I mean, for me, Alan, I had Pagaoa winning that first round. Sanson definitely coming back in that second round, but no one cares what I think. How'd you score?
I think you were spot on, veteran commentator Ron Crump. 50 3/4 years old. He's been doing this for a while. He knows what he's looking at, guys. Let's have a look at it. You saw that. I agree. The first round went to Pagaoa. The second round, Sanson said, I need to come in. I need to finish one of these takedowns. Got the single leg, head on the outside, completed the takedown immediately. Transition to transition. Ended up in a hand and arm choke. Look at this. Immediately slides onto the back, stays in a good position, flattens him out, gets back up. Look, when he gets back up to the feet, Aupuni Pagaoa showing that speed in the hands. But again, Sanson with the smart transitions, puts his head down, grabs the single leg. This is probably a 1-1 round, as you stated.
I think so,
Ron.
too. Here we go for the third and final round opening fight here at LFA 115. Miguel Sanson looking like a veteran in his pro debut. Aupuni Pagaoa ready to roll, looking for his second victory professionally and inside the LFA octagon. Fans here in Oshkosh appreciating the effort from both these flyweights. Loud crowd, love it.
Yeah, and it's high-level fighting. I mean, these guys, as you said, pro debut and 1-0 going against each other, and you can see the high level. Look, a little bit of a far shot right there. Pagaoa was keen to it, but some very, very thought-out striking on the feet. Such a great opportunity for these guys. Not only being on the main card right here, live on TV early in their career, but to be in a fight like this, Ron. 1-1, winner takes all. Whoever wins this third round will probably walk away with it. This is a pivotal point for both of these guys.
And it just shows how deep these cards are here at the Legacy Fighting Alliance. This was supposed to be a prelim. These two looking like veterans. Nice uppercut there from Pagaoa, gets through, backs up Sanson. Pagaoa again coming off a 12-second knockout for his victory. And Miguel Sanson had 4 wins as an amateur, 3 of them coming by way of knockout, 1 submission.
Look at the head movement of both men, right? The subtleties, left, right. They're rocking back and forth, finding the opening. Eyes are wide open. I love what I'm seeing.
From 2 young fighters, Sanson 22 years old, Pagaoa only 23. I mean, this is the future of the division right here.
I hadn't even walked into a gym yet, and these men are fighting at this level.
Is that right? Well, you did okay after you stepped foot in there.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, that was not a bad thing. Make sure you are following the LFA on social media at LFA Fighting. for event updates, fighter signings, and new episodes of Inside LFA. Oh, Pagaoa letting his fist fly. Sanson looks for the takedown, then comes back with a head kick. Shoots it again.
This could be a big takedown right here for Sanson. Let's see if he's going to complete this. Looks like he's got it.
Pagaoa making him pay, though, with those elbows.
Yep.
But Sanson on the back of Pagaoa.
Got it. We're about midway point in this round. Sanson was finally able to land that takedown. Pagaoa back to his feet right now. He's going to need to get off the fence right now and circle right to the middle.
Still anyone's fight here as we hit the 2-minute mark of round 3.
A lot of hand fighting going on right now. Just doesn't want, Pagaoa doesn't want him to lace it. Beautiful job completing this takedown. But they were both hand fighting.
And now Sanson searching for that RNC again. Pagaoa's chin's pretty far down though, but it does look tight. But the takedowns and the submission attempts, Miguel Sanson is in control.
Oh, he's got him in a bulldog choke right now. Got him on the side in the bulldog choke. This is a bad position for Pagaoa.
Sanson looking to end this fight and chalk up his first win as a pro.
This is such a tough spot right now for Aupuni. Miguel's gonna have to make a decision. If the submission is not here, at some point he's gonna have to transition to something, which we already said he does so smoothly, but he has to be careful not to get somebody to come out the back door. Exactly.
Nice work by Pagaoa. Gets out, and with under a minute to go, fighters are back on their feet. Both these guys have a knockout power, 4 KOs between them, and they are firing right now. Ooh. Sanson's corner yelling to their fighter, take down.
Yeah, they want that takedown. He's going to need to put a couple punches in front of it, though.
That knee from Pagaoa as he was coming in.
This is a big punch. Big slam!
What a slam!
What a slam by Sanson.
Unbelievable. Sanson slams Pagaoa to the canvas. Time winding down. And there's the horn. This place is going nuts. First fight of the night. Are you kidding me? What a fight, Alan. For a pro, Aupuni Pagaoa with 1 total fight in the pro debut of Miguel Sanson. What a performance by both of these fighters. And now it's in the hands of the judges. I mean, what action. As we take a look at some of these highlights.
Yeah, we said it. Going into this last round, it could be anybody's fight. These guys are going back and forth with the flurries. Sanson knew he needed to put him down on the ground, take him down. He was able to land that bulldog choke, kept him there for a while. It looked like it was close, but again, Pagaoa, the survivor, gets back up, takes him back to the feet. It was this at the end of the round, though. Got in there, ate a knee, grabbed that single leg, and was just able to elevate. He puts his hips in right here and goes for a huge slam. The crowd reacted. The judges probably saw that and favored it and wait for him with the decision coming up right now.
An exclamation point by Miguel Sanson with that big slam as time expired in the 3rd and final round. What a fight from these two LFA flyweights. Let's now get the official decision from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges score the bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Miguel Sanson.
fight and a successful pro debut for the 22-year-old from Wisconsin, Miguel Sanson. And the fans here in Oshkosh supporting their local fighter. Incredible performance, Alan.
Great way to kick off the main card, Ron. You have these flyweights out here, young in their career, young in age, coming out here, putting on performance, high-level striking. You can see hesitancy early in the first round, letting it go in the second round. In the third round, it was up for grabs, and these guys showing who wanted it more. Great victory by Miguel Sanson.
Earns his first victory as a pro. Well, recently, the LFA family lost one of our own. The founder of GLC 2000, Sean Madere, a true friend and supporter of the LFA and MMA in general. Sean and GLC 2000 not only sponsored every Legacy Fighting Alliance event, but also MMA notables like Boss Rutten, Don Fry, and Dwayne Ludwig. Left coast, tail of the tape, Dunlap is 28, and at 39 years old, Waller is 11 years older, an inch shorter, and an inch and a half longer in the arms. Waller did come in heavy for this fight and will forfeit a percentage of his purse to Dunlap. Once again, we go inside to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA middleweight division. Brought to you tonight by Left Coast Fight Supply. Visit lcfsupply.com for all your combat sports gear needs. Left Coast, the official glove of the LFA. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6'2", weight in 187 pounds. He holds a 3-6 professional record with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 2 by way of submission. Representing Chicago Muay Thai Kickboxing Club and Imazaki Dojo, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, James Ryot the Game Changer Waller. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler, boxer, standing 6'3", weight in 184.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 2 wins, 0 defeats, with both wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Rufus Sport and fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Roland Dunlap. Your referee in charge of the action, Rob Madrigal.
All right, I need you to protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Fight hard, but fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Step back and we'll get started.
LFA middleweight action as Roland, the Dream Dunlap, puts his 2-0 record on the line. Stepping in late, James Waller. And we are underway, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. LFA 115 action. Ron Kruk and Alan Joban with you tonight.
I'll tell you what, Ron, Dunlap looked like he was foaming at the mouth as he was getting his name called right there. He's ready to go. He said he wanted to start this fight quick, and he's starting to do it.
Clenching up, now goes to the body lock. And pushes Waller up against the cage wall.
Keep an eye if he gets his hands locked, if he's able to elevate and lift. Obviously, he had that big knockout slam in his last fight, but this is something he looks for continually. He doesn't look for the single leg run the pipe. He looks to elevate and slam.
Roland Dunlap, of course, training at the great Rufus Sport here in Wisconsin. Duke Rufus, Scott Cushman, just among many others. Tonight in his corner, Gerald Mearshart and Bellator's Emmanuel Sanchez. Stacked.
Great corner.
Oh,
look at that.
And now Waller on his back and an opportunity for Dunlap.
So explosive with his hips. When he had the chance to elevate, he did just so. Waller was doing a pretty good job staying on the feet until he couldn't stay on the feet anymore. Now he's in a bad position having an explosive Roland Dunlap on top of you.
Gets back up, but did he pick him up?
He used the head and arm choke, and Dunlap just stood up with him. It shows the strength that he has.
James Waller told us if he was going to be successful, he needs to keep it standing. Get back up if he takes me down. That was the key in his mind. He feels that he's a better striker than Dunlap. Fighters will reset in the center of the octagon.
Look, Dunlap comes to me as a guy that could probably fight anywhere in this fight and have an opportunity to win. But as you said, I think it's more imperative that Waller keeps his fight on the feet. He doesn't quite have the wrestling pedigree that Dunlap has, but he does have that glory kickboxing experience, as I'm saying that eye poke.
Yeah, it looks like Waller got those fingers extended and unfortunately caught Dunlap in the eye.
Looks like he's going to be good. See if I continue here.
Take a look at that. He came in. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was brutal. Oh, nice. Dunlap opening it up now, punching his way in. Poke in the eye might get you motivated.
Might a little fire on it. You saw that after the 1, 2, 3 right there, he feinted the takedown. That's great. Keep adding those in. Get Waller thinking about those. Maybe can land something upstairs.
Just past the midway point of our second fight of the night, first round. Dunlap, red tape, and Waller with the blue tape. And Dunlap, who's 2-0 as a pro, but has won 7 straight going back to his amateur career. Couple first round finishes, 100% finishing rate. Went 6-1 as an amateur and captured a couple of AMI titles along the way.
You can see here, Dunlap is obviously the younger guy, the more explosive guy. He's got some of those advantages here, but Waller, 39 years old, you see some of the movement. He's just kind of stepping out of the way right there, not putting himself in bad positions, fighting like an experienced older fighter should.
Letting his feet fly, going to the body now with some fist punching his way in.
Waller needs to be a little careful extending his hands like that as he did a while ago.
And can Waller fend off this takedown? I mean, impressive as Roland Dunlap punches his way in, secure this body lock, dragging him out into the center, but nice takedown defense right now by Waller.
I'm impressed, even if he gets his takedown, which he doesn't.
At that. Nice work by the 39-year-old James Waller.
He fended off Dunlap when he was grinding on the cage. He was able to step out on that inside trip and ends up back on his feet again. Great work by Waller.
In a minute since James Waller fought back in September of last year.
Sorry, Ryan. You say this all plays into the favor. Waller, as I'm saying that, a huge left hand, 2 of them. Waller can't take too many of those.
Another one from Roland Dunlap.
Might be a little bit out of it right now.
Finding his target, gets another one through. 13 seconds to go.
Dunlap's starting to land right here.
Oh, what a body shot from Roland Dunlap.
Nice kick to the liver.
Time winding down.
Comes a big slam.
Slam by Dunlap. And the horn sounds. And Waller survives that late onslaught, although he's having trouble getting back up on his feet. What a flurry by Roland Dunlap. And you see the great Gerald Mearshart in his corner, giving him instructions.
Well, we saw a little bit of everything in that round. I mean, there was this beautiful throw right here by Dunlap, getting the fight to the ground for their very first time. You also saw some striking right here. That left hand, he's a southpaw fighter. That left hand's been money. 2 in a row right there. That's when we started to see Waller look like a little bit wobbled right here. We also saw some wheel kicks coming out of Dunlap. He's somebody that kind of lets it all go. He's still trying things. He's a young fighter, kind of experimenting on the feet right here. But I gotta say, I'm impressed by Waller's takedown defense in this fight. He was taken down, big takedown right there by Dunlap. But Waller also defended some of these takedowns in the fight, which plays in favor to the later rounds as it goes longer and longer. He can keep defending takedowns and maybe tire out Dunlap.
Ready for round number 2, Roland Dunlap and James Waller. Uncharted territory for the 28-year-old Dunlap. This is the first time he has been out of the first round. See if he picks up where he left off in that opening frame.
Roland's really starting to find his range right now with that left hand.
2 victories for Dunlap as a pro, both coming via knockout.
You can hear, sorry again, Ron, you can hear Roland's corner, Gerald, imploring him to step to the right. They like that left hand. He's continuing to land. They want him to get offline and continue to land up.
A nice body kick from Waller.
That guillotine defense was so explosive.
You just get the feeling that Dunlap's finding his target and zeroing in right now. Corner of James Waller. Shout and keep those hands up. Talked about his wrestling pedigree. Dunlap finished his high school wrestling career with a 159-9 record, 46-1 his senior year. And of course, went to be a 2-time Wisconsin State high school wrestling champ. Wrestling at the University of Wisconsin Whitewater D3 school. And he uses that wrestling pedigree to really just set up those hands. 2-0 with 2 knockouts.
Yeah, as you're saying, Ron, I mean, if you're a coach, if you're Duke Rufus and Roland Dunlap walks into your gym and he's got a wrestling background and athleticism, and all I have to do is teach him how to strike now, it's a coach's dream. These are the kind of guys that you can mold into terrific fighters, and he's seeing that already in his early career at 2-0.
Great point, and no better place to learn striking than at Rufus Sport. Past the midway point here in the second round. Want to hear from you tonight on Twitter. Hit us up during the broadcast at LFA Fighting, at Alan Joban, and at R. Clark.
Whoa! Dunlap getting in.
Yes, he is. Punching his way in and just much faster than James Waller right now.
It doesn't seem to be too intimidated by Waller's strikes anymore in this round. He seems to be inching in the range a little bit more freely. Before those flurries, I was going to say both men seem to kind of be taking a break this round. Actually slow down a little bit the pace in this round. But when Dunlap gets on the inside, he shows some of that explosive striking.
Letting that jab fly now. Minute 25 to go.
This is something I've seen throughout his career in a couple of his fights. He'll go to this kind of karate stance right here.
Yes.
Very karate, very
exactly.
Tricky. When you think of a power striker with a wrestling background, you don't think that he's going to go traditional type stance right now. So he's got some tricky stuff on the feet as well. Gets the outside trip right there against the fence for Dunlap.
And with just under a minute to go in the second round, let's see what Roland Dunlap can do from this position. Plants James Waller on his back.
And that was a great time to do this, Ron. I mean, not a ton of action. Maybe Dunlap had landed some big shots at some point in this round, but this was a much slower round than we saw in the first round. 1 minute left in the round. Dunlap gets a takedown, has him against the fence, and he's right in his corner listening to instructions by Gerald.
Popping now. Roland Dunlap. James Waller needs to defend himself. Roland Dunlap looking to end this fight. Teeing off now.
10 seconds.
And somehow, 39-year-old James Waller is gonna survive that second round, and we will move on to number 3. Give James Waller credit. A lot of people did not think he would survive this long. He came in, according to MMAOddsBreaker.com, as a major underdog at plus 375. Roland Dunlap was the biggest favorite at minus 700.
Yeah, and as we see, A little bit more of the striking of Dunlap. When he finds the target, you can see the head of Waller whip back. He's got power. He's got pop in these punches. And again, when he takes you down, look at him. He's got that, Waller's got the whizzer in. Dunlap hipping in, not allowing Waller to get up and just staying on it. It looked like he didn't want to go for broke right there on the finish.
Yeah,
wanted to conserve a little more energy going into this final round.
I agree. Roland Dunlap maybe wanting a little bit more cage time. 2 victories by way of knockout, both coming in the first round. So again, this will be the first time that Roland Dunlap entered into the 3rd round as a pro. And here we go, James Waller. Again, took this fight very late, so gotta give props to James Waller.
Big time.
I mean, a very game opponent for Roland Dunlap.
Yeah, this certainly wasn't a perfect fight camp for James Waller. Had a lot of obstacles just getting into the cage tonight. But he's putting on a very impressive performance against somebody, Roland Dunlap, who people are really buzzing about.
Yes, absolutely. Roland Dunlap, no doubt about it, is part of the future of the LFA middleweight division. Fans love that body kick.
Yeah, had some heat on that one.
The Oshkosh Arena tonight, Oshkosh, Wisconsin. This is a loud crowd here tonight, folks. And Waller keeps throwing those jabs and hanging in there.
He stays in it, right? Like, Dunlap has had his opportunities in this fight, taking him down, landed big shots on Waller, but the 39-year-old veteran Waller, he stays in the fight. He doesn't make too many drastic mistakes. He takes some big shots, but then he puts his hands back up and he lands some shots of his own. I'm very impressed by him coming again on the short notice, fighting this young, hungry guy Dunlap.
Roland Dunlap from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, has a lot of family and friends here tonight, saying it's the first time that he is fighting in his home state, and he would like to get a finish, but Waller fires back.
Yeah, one of those cuts seemed to open him up on the left side of Waller.
Yep, blood streaming down the side of the face of James Waller now. I'll give a shout out to Roland Dunlap's mom, Jill, who is here tonight. Roland said it was great to have his mom here, who has supported him in his career from the beginning. Halfway through the 3rd and final round. Can James Waller survive, and will Roland Dunlap get another finish? The retired U.S. Marine Lance Corporal Roland Dunlap now backing up. Waller connected.
Waller got hurt right there, immediately shot in for the takedown.
Yeah, Dunlap did. As he got caught.
Thank you.
Man, I mean, just no quit in James Waller, Alan.
Correct, Dunlap got hurt. Apologize for that. Yeah, Waller looking good right here. Waller knows he's down on the scorecards. Looking for a finish right now.
Absolutely. The blood now on the face of Roland Dunlap. Mearshart calling to Dunlap to fire that left again. He had success with that early in this fight.
You're right, Ron. We haven't seen that much of it in this 3rd round, have we? He had a lot of success with it early. Gerald, right to be calling for it from his fighter again.
Under a minute to go. LFA middleweight division. Dunlap and Waller. Body kick from Dunlap.
That one landed right on the liver for Dunlap.
Chad through. Under 30. Well, even if he does not get the finish tonight, as Waller continues to fire.
Impressive stuff right here, stuffing and takedowns and firing at the same time.
But great cage experience for the young Roland Dunlap.
Agreed. You mentioned earlier he hadn't been to the third round yet in his career. This is a great experience for him.
And a dogfight. I mean, give James Waller a ton of credit for taking this fight only 10 days ago. And he gave Roland Dunlap all he could handle. The fans here in Oshkosh appreciate it. Wow. I've got a lot of pro wrestling and John Cena references after that big slam in the first fight on Twitter. We want to hear from you at LFA Fighting, and great show of respect between these two fighters as we check out the highlights.
We show some of the good stuff right here from Roland Dunlap. Had him against the fence, kept the gas down, kept the pressure on, but Waller had a very impressive round in this third and final round. Landing his shots, able to stay on their feet, stuff some of the takedowns, keeping his hips out. And look how he changes angles right there. He doesn't just back straight up. He circles left and right, strikes immediately after. Some of that real cage experience, ring experience showing through right there for James Waller.
I love a great sign of respect between these two fighters, Roland Dunlap and James Waller. And Waller just would not go away. Right, the game changer, still got that smile on his face. Great performance for him in his LFA debut. Hanging with the 28-year-old Roland Dunlap, who's 11 years younger than James Waller. All right, we have got the scores calculated. Let's get the official decision from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Silveira scores the bout 30-27. Judge Winter scores the bout 30-27. And Judge Mason scores the bout 29-28. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Roland Dunlap.
Roland Dunlap remains unbeaten and wins his 3rd straight pro fight. 8th victory overall going back to his amateur career. Roland Dunlap now 3-0, 2-0 inside the LFA octagon. And of course you get the selfie with the Ruthless Sport team. Well done, 28-year-old Roland Dunlap. Tomorrow night, there will be 2 titles on the line in Vegas and 7 LFA alumni in action at UFC 266. Are you kidding me? 7. Look at that stacked lineup, including the former RFA champion, Brian Ortega, and UFC title challenger. He is going for the featherweight title against Alexander Volkanovski. Ortega is a stellar 15-1, coming off a dominant win over the Korean Zombie last October. T-City captured the vacant RFA Featherweight Championship. That was back in 2014 with a win over Keane Koch, the former RFA champion, going for the UFC title now. Then 2 LFA super fights online, including this one as looking to continue her dominance in the division, going for her 6th straight title defense. Valentina Shevchenko looking to tie Ronda Rousey for the record.
the former Legacy FC athlete. Massive minus 1,400 favorite against a Legacy FC vet, Lauren Murphy, who actually has won 5 straight to earn the shot against Shevchenko. Keeping it with the RFA, another veteran and product of Colorado's Elevation Fight Team, Curtis Razor Blades is back and looking to rebound from a tough loss to Derrick Lewis. Blades, the UFC number 4 ranked heavyweight, fought for the RFA back in 2016. And number 7 ranked Cynthia Calvejo is fighting Jessica Andrade. Calvejo fought at LFA number 1 back in 2017. Got a very impressive win over Montana De La Rosa. Calvejo enters the octagon with a stellar 9-2-1 record. And in the second super fight of the evening, Nick Maximoff, the undefeated 6-0 fighter trained by the Diaz brothers. Maximoff is meeting Factory X product Cody Brundage. Maximoff, there he is. Maximoff 6-0. Brundage comes in at 6-1. He got a win at LFA 99 with this slick arm triangle choke over Joseph Cropshot. Cody Brundage moves up and will take this fight on short notice. Both making their octagon debuts at UFC 266, going down tomorrow night in Vegas. Good luck to all the LFA alumni in action. We now move to the LFA Featherweight division and a matchup between Cooper and Johnson. Opening odds, courtesy of MMAOddsBreaker.com. Edwin Cooper, the favorite at minus 180. The comeback on the dog, Johnson, is plus 150.
Test is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Featherweight division. Brought to you tonight by Shells. Get your personal cloud computer at shells.com today. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5'11", weight in 145.8 pounds. Yields a professional record, 2 wins, 1 draw, with 1 win coming by way of submission. Representing MMA Masters and fighting out of Waukegan, Illinois, Andrew Mama Said Knock You Out Johnson. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler standing 6 foot tall, weight in 146 pounds. Yields a professional record, 4 wins, 1 defeat, with 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Jackson Wink MMA and fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Edwin Cooper Jr. Your referee in charge of the action, Tom DeVellis.
Protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Back to corner, prepare to fight.
The favorite, Edwin Cooper, representing Jackson Wink and the underdog, Andrew Johnson, and Cooper swarms early.
Not wasting any time, right?
No.
And Johnson knew what was coming, but he just couldn't stop it.
Cooper said his plan. He wanted to stand and bang with him and then take him to the ground, but he did tell us, Alan, he did not want to mess around tonight. He was going for blood.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that standing and banging right.
No.
And it's funny because you can see Johnson. Johnson changed levels to defend. Cooper was in deep. He couldn't stop it, that forward pressure, those years and years of grappling. And this is where we're going to see how good Cooper is. He stays on you, see if he can pass his half guard and what he can do against the wrestling defense, the jiu-jitsu of Johnson.
3 knockout victories, 1 win coming by way of decision out of his 4. Again, as Alan mentioned, kind of the controversial loss at LFA 80 when the ref thought Cooper tapped. We were there, and we did not see the tap, and we've watched the video many times. But of course, easier for us that have replay than the referee that was in there real time.
Little leg fight battle right there. Cooper was able to go ahead and pass the guard, inside control right now. Might be working on a choke.
And Johnson,
oh, he's got him.
To climb the cage.
Yeah, had him in a crucifix for a minute, landing a little ground and pound.
And still landing. Gotta watch the back of the head.
Very close to the back of the head.
But teeing off, and Andrew Johnson able to get back on his feet. Watch the knee as Cooper just pulls him back down into his world. Now takes his back and continues to unload.
You see Cooper fighting almost with aggression, right? And it's not anger towards this guy. He's just, as he was telling us, he goes, I want to be absolutely dominant in every aspect of this fight.
Yes, that's exactly what he said. He wanted to finish, he wanted blood, he wanted to come out quickly. And that is exactly what 28-year-old Edwin Cooper is doing right now. Andrew Johnson has just run into a buzzsaw in Edwin Cooper.
Yeah, this is what we expected to see out of Edwin Cooper. He's got the wrestling credentials, the pedigree his entire life, and he's somebody that is very dangerous on the feet as well. But if you give him any crack in the door, he's going to kick the door wide open. In the wrestling department, as he does a big suplex right there.
And man, Johnson, he hit hard the side of his head, and Cooper continues to swarm Johnson.
I couldn't see if he had the arm trap, but when you go to those slams or those suplexes with one arm trap, those are the worst ones. You have nothing to defend yourself, as Johnson did right there.
Johnson has not fought since November of 2019. He's probably thinking, what the heck did I just get into? And Edwin Cooper coming off that impressive TKO win over Robson Jr. back at LFA 109.
You can see Johnson, he's got the lockdown in, right? This is the correct thing. This is a good defense. Well, he doesn't have it laced in completely, but he's trying to work lockdown against Cooper to try to control his hips, but he's having no success. Cooper's so good. He's so keen to it. He pushes down on the knee, slices through. He's able to nullify that lockdown and try to work his way into side control of the mouth. Trapping that base arm right now of Johnson.
Relentless attack from Edwin Cooper continues.
I mean, look at this. He was holding the back arm while then standing up on his feet, landing ground and pound.
And Johnson just can't get back up on his feet.
It's like being in a spider web. I mean, he's completely trapped at every point of this fight.
And it's interesting looking over at Mike Winklejohn in his corner. Coach is just kind of taking it all in.
Not much to say right now.
Just chilling and like, well, I mean, what do you say?
You know what's funny about it? You have somebody like Coach Winklejohn in your corner, you want to come and impress, right? When one of the bigger coaches comes to your show, you want to make sure you're impressed. Coach is a striking coach. It's been all grappling dominance. Mike has nothing to say right now. He's happy with what he's seeing.
Yeah. Hammer fists continue to fly from Cooper.
You know, I love the high-level stuff that I'm seeing. It's not just a takedown. Look how Cooper, he always has one arm trapped. He's always got something trapped, something laced, something preventing Johnson from being able to stand up completely. Head control, pressure on the head right now, high hips, striking, complete dominance right now by Edwin Cooper Jr.
And some elbows to end the opening round. Andrew Johnson is just, I mean, he's stunned right now. That was a complete onslaught from Edwin Cooper.
We thought we might see some striking, and we were wrong. This was an immediate takedown. Johnson was keen to it, but he just could not defend it from here. It was all Cooper the entire round. He was saying, as I said before this, he's always holding you down. He's always lacing an arm. He's always ground and pound. He snatched him down right there. Here comes the big slam. Did have his arm trapped. Yeah, Johnson could not prevent from hitting his head right there. Yeah. And it was just continuous onslaught right here, landing the knees. Even when Johnson is able to stand to his feet, he goes right into striking mode, starts landing the elbows right here over the top. Relentless pressure by Edwin Cooper Jr.
And in my opinion, Alan, that is a clear-cut 10-8 round going the way of Edwin Cooper.
100% agree with you, Ron.
All right, we are set now for round number 2, LFA 115 action. Ron Kruk and Alan Joban with you on UFC Fight Pass. Hope you're getting ready for International Fight Week.
Here comes the slam.
As Edwin Cooper drops Andrew Johnson once again. I mean, Johnson just has no answer right now.
Yeah, I mean, he landed a big overhand right, shot in. Got that high crotch to the double, to the slam. Doing everything perfect right now, Edwin Cooper is. And for Johnson, you got to be thinking, I got to take it down 5 seconds into the first round, 15 seconds into the second round.
Yeah.
Got to be demoralizing right now, thinking, how am I going to get back up? How long can I take this type of damage?
Right. Young fighter Andrew Johnson, 26-year-old Bellator veteran. Got a draw in the Bellator promotion, but hasn't fought since November of 2019. Took some time off to regroup with his career, and then COVID hit. With 7 amateur victories, though, 5 of them coming by way of finish.
Yeah, 7-1 in his career. Andrew knows what he's doing. And he's doing the right things on the ground as far as jiu-jitsu and defense. It's just Cooper's so good. The way that he's using his hips, the way that he's nullifying that lockdown, the way, look at it. A lot of people would have gotten up right here. Look at him staying in that pressure, keeping him off balance.
Not even close to getting up, right?
Doesn't even let him do it. No. Keeps him always, always, always off balance and holding on to him. Look at that left side hook around the body, putting his weight on him, making him carry his weight. Now he's got the arm trapped again. High-level grappling stuff right here from Edwin Cooper.
Yeah, if you are a fan of grappling, you are going to be a fan of Edwin Cooper.
What I like about it, it's very Khabib Nurmagomedov-ish. Okay, he's always trapping an arm,
yeah.
which Khabib is known for. He always trapped that base arm. But what I like is, this is a wrestler who's wrestled his entire life, and he's showing it's not just wrestling, it's constant ground and pound during these transitions. Armbar right here.
Oh, look at Andrew Johnson.
This would be a huge
armbar.
What a huge comeback that would have been to lock in that armbar.
And the first submission attempt in any offense from Andrew Johnson, but Edwin Cooper gets out of it.
Well, Johnson showing he's never out of it, right? Popping that armbar very, very fast. And Cooper's got to be thinking, not again, right? It was the armbar and a couple fights ago that they gave him his first loss, but he never tapped, so I'm sure he was thinking, not again right here. And working to Kamaru, gets up to his feet. Johnson, got to be careful right here that he doesn't get his back taken. He's a good grip on that, does Johnson.
Oh, great shot there from our crew. Under 2 minutes to go, second round. LFA Featherweight division. Edwin Cooper looking to go 5-1. Andrew Johnson hoping to stay undefeated. But he needs to turn the tide of this fight quickly. There's no answer for the swarming offense of Edwin Cooper.
Here we go again. Well, let's watch it. He just did this. Johnson gets to his feet, grabs the body lock, distributes his weight to the right side, and makes Johnson try to hold his entire body weight up on one leg. It's not going to happen. Look at him hooking that leg right now, not even allowing Johnson to put his leg flat on the ground. He's always, with every limb on his body, he's looking to control you at every point.
What a clinic, no doubt about it.
I'm so impressed right now. I know I hyped Edwin Cooper up as a fighter to watch, but what I'm watching right now is very, very, very high-level stuff right now.
Missed the beginning of the broadcast. Edwin Cooper was Alan Joban's top prospect to watch, and you are seeing why. All over Andrew Johnson in this fight. Ooh, nasty forearm. Gets through the guard.
I like this kind of rangy guard that Johnson's playing, trying to not take damage, trying to still be able to pop some type of submission. Again, Johnson doing the right stuff right now. It's just going against a buzzsaw and Cooper right now.
Time winding down here in the second round, and it looks like that Andrew Johnson is going to survive once again. Just as I say that, Cooper looking at that high kick. A little late on that last shot as bell sounded. Fighters back in their corners. We'll listen in. Johnson, all 3 of his pro fights have gone into the 3rd round, so it's a very typical fight for him. Edwin Cooper, though, it's been a while since he's been in the 3rd round. He does have 1/3 round finish. And we are set to go in 3rd and final round. There is Edwin Cooper. And once again, just comes out ready to attack. Can Johnson keep some distance and keep this fight standing up for a minute? It doesn't look like it.
Wow. It's like, I'm going to do this, and I want you to try and stop it. And there's no way. I mean, you can see they both, it's like they had it written on their foreheads, and nobody could stop it. I mean, you saw him try the knee. Cooper said, I'm going to back off. Now I'm going to shoot.
And I'm not saying that you know, Johnson doesn't have good takedown defense or anything like that. It's just Cooper is relentless.
It's just all Cooper. You're absolutely right. Johnson's shown he popped that armbar. He used some long guard. He was kind of using his shins to shield some of the damage earlier. He's doing the right stuff. Cooper's just stealing the show at the moment.
Yeah, he is. Make sure you're following the Legacy Fighting Alliance on social media at LFA Fighting. For event updates, a busy fall for the LFA, fighter signings, and new episodes of Inside LFA. Johnson.
There he goes again.
Trying to get back to his feet.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm starting to see a pattern here. These moves that he does repetitively. He doesn't let you, but if you're able to get to your feet, tripod up, he goes to one side, keeps the body lock in, shrugs you down, shoves you down on either side. He makes you distribute and carry his weight. When he gets you on the ground, he's doing this. Constant pressure. If it's your shoulder, if it's the head, he's always lacing an arm, lacing a foot, offsetting you. Then this, he doesn't allow you to do the lockdown. He slices through, advances to mount, and then eventually we're going to start seeing some more ground and pounding.
Can Edwin Cooper get the finish is really the question. Or can Andrew Johnson pull off a Hail Mary finish himself?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be crazy. Under 3 minutes to go. You know, it'll be interesting if Cooper doesn't get the finish, you know, if he would be disappointed with his performance, because he was really adamant, Alan, when he was speaking with us, that he wanted the finish, he wanted to dominate, and he's doing that, but he made it a point that he wanted a finish.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear as well, because with his mindset, right? I mean, he's the type of guy that wants perfection, he wants dominance, and so far he's had a pretty dominant performance, but guys like that, they want that finish, they want that highlight reel.
And give Andrew Johnson credit for surviving. You know, hasn't mounted much offense. Tough to do when you just got a buzzsaw swarming you, but, you know, he's hung in.
Yeah, and you see Johnson, I mean, he's still game. He's not looking morally defeated or physically too tired. He's just trying everything in his effort to get up. Oh, beautiful suplex right there by Cooper.
What a suplex.
He does it all.
Unreal. But Johnson hanging in. And big right from Cooper over the top. And then he shoots in, and we've seen this once or twice.
Look at the IQ right there. Let me land a big bomb of overhand with the right. Now you're thinking high guard, I duck under when you counter. Beautiful stuff. He mixes everything in so well.
Yeah, he really does. And then, you know, he's always working, always moving, still throwing shots as he transitions to the back. Johnson struggling to get back up on his feet to motivate.
I know it sounds like we're really tooting the horn right now of Cooper, but I mean, if you're an educated fight fan and you're watching this fight right now, you're realizing all these subtleties that are happening. The pressure. Sometimes pressure is something that's hard for the casual fan to see with the naked eye. But if you're an experienced fighter and you see Cooper Jr. fighting right now, you know this guy's very, very big trouble for any featherweight. Anybody that's going to come across.
Oh, and now raining down shots. Johnson does get back to his feet. Big knee. Edwin Cooper is teeing off now. Looks for the takedown again.
Back to the ground again. Johnson right now just holding on, trying to maybe catch a neck, try to find some type of submission out there. Cooper having none of it though. Look at him. He's going to get him. Crucifix position again almost. Nice shot by Johnson. See if he tries to peek out right here. Gonna be tough against the wrestler.
Oh, that knee, we heard that land. And Winkeljohn calling for the finish. Johnson in trouble. Those shots hurt him. 10 seconds to go. Does he have a finish at the buzzer? Attacking. Andrew Johnson comes back with a knee. And the horn sounds. What a dominant performance by Edwin Cooper. And there he is with Mike Winkeljohn. Edwin Cooper from the beginning, just relentless in his attack. All over Andrew Johnson tonight. And give Johnson credit, came in undefeated and somehow managed to survive and hang on. You check out the highlights from the third and final round.
That's a bad man right there. You see that beautiful suplex. He landed 2 of those in this fight. The relentless pressure. I could close my eyes right now and probably do a highlight of this fight because it was this the entire time. It was pressure, pressure, pressure. Johnson was on his back the majority of the fight. If he got up, Cooper would land some shots, go right back in and get the takedown again. You could hear Mike Winkeljohn calling for the finish at the end of the fight. He was going for it in the striking. Johnson never gave up in this fight. Credit to him, but Cooper was on another level.
Looking to improve to 5-1 is Edwin Cooper, former wrestler, the University of Iowa. He went 30-16 and qualified for the NCAA championships. That was in 2016. He moves down to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Been down with Jackson Wink MMA since 2017, and it is paying off. Let's get the official decision now from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and the judges score it 30-25, 30-25, and 30-24, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Edwin Cooper Jr.
No question about it. 3rd win in a row for the former Iowa Hawkeye wrestler Cooper. And he has definitely got his name into the title conversation with that impressive performance tonight. There he is with Coach Winkeljohn. It will be a fun trip back to Albuquerque, New Mexico for those two. Edwin Cooper Jr. improves to 5-1. Well, after tonight's fights, head straight over to UFC Fight Pass for new Fight Lore episodes highlighting the UFC 2020 Hall of Fame inductee Mark Ratner, one of the great guys in this business, and famed UFC fighter turned bank robber Lee Murray. Great story. Plus, all new episode of Year of the Fighter and highlights the accomplishments of Alexander Volkanovski. Head to UFCFightPass.com after the fights and start streaming.
I'm a regulator first and foremost. My job is to have a level playing field, to make sure everything is done by the rules. Fighting both MMA and boxing is not a street fight. This is a fight between 2 skilled combatants. There are rules. If you didn't have rules, it would be chaos.
We have to live by rules. We live by rules in life. And when we don't follow the rules in life, what happens? We get in trouble.
I always wanted the 3 fights in a year.
Here is the upstart Alexander Volkanovski, who put his family's life on hold to pursue the UFC dream.
Be able to do that, fight like Chad Mendes all the way to the belt.
Volkanovski is a fantastic fighter, man.
Made all them sacrifices worth it. You know, that's why that's the greatest year of my life.
Alexander the Great Volkanovski!
Hearing that Lee Murray was attached to one of the biggest bank heists in the history of the world, you're not surprised. He was fearless.
When we're going to have a fight, my job is to have a level playing field, to make sure everything is done by the rules.
I want to be remembered as one of the greatest female fighters.
It's for my country, it's for my family.
All the things that have happened to me have happened because of fighting. So fighting's life.
My brother got diagnosed with cancer. He passed away. So now I want to give the best I can in this life.
其实我心里面都是觉得，就是觉得一个小火苗就没有灭，做一个 MMA 运动员。
Ladies and gentlemen, what a phenomenal night of fights.
Oh, God, what a knockout. Huge right hand.
No other sport can give you this many moments.
Guys, what if I told you you could have your very own personal computer powerful enough to process anything you needed it to, from anywhere in the world on any device, with all your data backed up automatically for free for as low as $4.95 a month? Well, now you can with Shells.com, your personal workspace in the cloud. Shells Cloud Desktop is available anywhere, anytime, from any device. To see how you'll benefit from Shells' powerful cloud computers, visit Shells.com today.
Shell never fail.
LFA number 115 rolls on from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and the Oshkosh Arena. We are set for our feature fight of the night, powered by 9mm energy drink. Jake Kozorosky tangles with Lucas Clay, MMA oddsbreaker opening odds. Kozorosky is the underdog at plus 300. The favorite is 7-1 Lucas Clay.
LFA 115 feature fight of the night tonight on UFC Fight Pass, and it's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA lightweight division. Brought to you tonight by 9mm Energy, the official energy drink of the LFA. 9mm Energy, reach your target. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5'11", weight in 156 pounds. The ultra professional record, 7 wins, 1 defeat, with 2 wins coming by way of submission. Representing St. Charles MMA and fighting out of St. Charles, Missouri, Lucas Cassius Clay. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 6 foot tall, weight in 155 pounds. The ultra professional record, 5 wins, 1 defeat, with 1 win coming by way of knockout and 1 by way of submission. Representing Rufus Sport and fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Jake Kozorosky. Your referee in charge of the action, Rob Madrigal.
All right, guys, you need to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Back up and let's get started.
I'm with you, Rob. Let's get started. Lucas Clay coming in with a 7-1 record. He's got the blue tape on. Jake Kozorosky, 5-1 with the red tape. We are underway. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA lightweight division.
You had to speed it up right there, right?
I did.
Clay made us both a little bit nervous. Didn't know what was about to happen right there.
Clay told us that he wants to be violent. He wants to be aggressive, pressure him, switch stances, throw punches and punches, not just one strike at a time.
Yeah, he's been telling us that, right? He goes to his strike, his grappling rather, so frequently. He wants to show some of his striking. This might be the fight that he gets a chance to do it.
Catching the kick of Clay, gets a kick for himself. His plan, he said, he knows that Clay is strong on the ground. He'll try to take him down. He wants to work his range, and then he might take Clay down himself.
I like this long striking range that I'm seeing Kozorosky use so far. Keeping his hand out there, pawing at it. You don't want to get these kicks caught like this, though. He might want to avoid going to the body again if he knows Clay is going to try to catch those kicks and take him down. But these type of long push kicks and the movement right there. Look how he slides out, takes the center of the octagon again. Very good stuff by Jake Kozorosky.
And showing incredible balance there as he fended off the takedown from Clay.
Oh! Quick strike right there.
but he's back up.
Yeah, might have just caught him off balance right there.
Clay punching his way in.
I think this is the most striking I've seen out of Clay in a while.
I agree.
And you can see when they were calling his name, he seemed a bit in the zone right here. You know, he's a very interesting guy, but he was talking to himself right there. He was hyping himself up. I think Clay wants to come out here and really put on a show for everyone.
Purple belt for BJJ, but Clay started boxing and judo as a kid. Soon picked up kickboxing, Muay Thai at age 14, wrestled in high school, two-time state qualifier. Very, really well-rounded mixed martial artist for sure, as Lucas Clay.
And it'll be interesting to see how long this game plan strategy for both men stays like this. Right now, both men are kind of just testing the waters right now on their feet. Where we both know both men possess the purple belt in jiu-jitsu, but Clay's the guy that really has the most success when he drags you to the mat.
Kozorosky throwing some knees now as he got Clay up against the cage wall. We'll come back to the beginning. Oh, nice overhand right from Kozorosky.
Kozorosky's making all the right decisions right now. The head control against the cage, the range on the feet, not taking the fight to the mat right now. Fighting a very smart fight.
Guard high. Lots of action here. So we hit the 2-minute mark of the opening round.
With a hard inside leg kick right there by Clay.
Nice combination for Clay. Gets a knee to the body too. Kozorosky, the taller fighter, but it's Clay with the longer reach. Near shot, calling for the jab from Kozorosky. Originally from Pennsylvania, now training in Milwaukee.
You saw Clay right there. I think he has a tricky takedown. He likes to get a takedown right here by Kozorosky.
Boom.
Lands it. Let's see what Clay can do right here if he's able to get the sweep. He's got it in the anaconda choke. Kozorosky's keen to it, gets out of it. Clay right now using that butterfly guard on the left side. But look at this, Kozorosky was able to get the fight to the ground and he's on top position where he needs to be.
Very comfortable on the ground, loves to grapple, purple belt in BJJ. One victory by way of submission to go along with the knockout in 3 decisions.
Clay somebody that has a very tricky guard. Anybody who can get a buggy choke, that usually tells you they have great flexibility in their legs. It's like having to do rubber guard from the side position. So if we see Kozorosky able to pass at some point, he got to be very careful. He finds himself in a triangle right now. Clay's got a triangle locked in against the fence right now. Very bad position the way Kozorosky's legs have flared out right there.
Time winding down, 10 seconds to go.
10 seconds, Clay's got to try to go for the finish right here.
Can Kozorosky hang on?
He's just got to hold his
breath. It's tight too. And you could see.
I think Kozorosky was listening to our conversation right now.
I think he was. He looked over at us like, how much time's left? That was a slick submission attempt from Lucas Clay at the end of the first round. A tough round to call.
I agree. A bit of a back and forth, definitely ended well for Clay and started well for Clay with that straight left. Was able to put Kozorosky down. Wasn't too hurt by it. Was able to get back to his feet, continue some more action. But you saw Kozorosky finding a home for striking as well, doing a lot of really good stuff. And then right here, changed levels, dipped under, was able to get the outside trip, followed it to the ground, avoided the guillotine right here, and the back and forth scramble ensued. Finished the fight though. Kozorosky was locked in the triangle, so that'll be, as you said, Ron, very interesting to see how the judges score that first round.
How'd you score it? Hit us up on Twitter at LFA Fighting, at Alan Jovan, and at rcruck. Ready for round number 2. Two fighters looking to make waves in the LFA lightweight division. Lucas Clay, blue tape, and Jake Kozorosky with the red.
And I wonder if you saw that before the fight ensued, second round. The referee was warning both fighters about that. I'm curious what he was looking at, what he was talking to them about.
Kozorosky letting the fist fly, and Lucas Clay coming back with some punches and kicks of himself. Oh, again, just kind of an awkward fall from Kozorosky.
Yeah, if I was in Kozorosky's corner, I'd be telling him no more body kicks. Every time he's done that body kick, it's gotten caught by Clay, and now he finds himself on the ground. Great job getting up, but I would stay low or high with those kicks if I was Kozorosky.
He ate a knee on the way up too. Nice good counter from Kozorosky as Clay punched his way in.
It's a very evenly matched fight, right? I mean, in all areas. Normally we see Clay very dominant in these positions, but Kozorosky, very keen to everything. He's very aware in the grappling department, staying out of danger. And then on the feet, we get to see a lot more striking out of Clay because of Kozorosky's takedown defense. And both men very just evenly matched in every area.
The usual stellar matchmaking from LFA's Mark Berry. Well done, sir.
Well done, Mark.
A few changes on this card, which probably gave him a few more gray hairs, but he's still pulling it off.
There we go. This is the tricky takedown I was trying to allude to in the first round. He'll level change, and when you've got that kind of dexterity, flexibility in your leg, you wrap your leg around. Wrestling coaches do not like that type of takedown, but it's a phenomenal takedown for jiu-jitsu guys who have success with it like Clay has. Got the takedown, locked up both legs, has Kozorosky's legs tied up at the moment.
Please come up. Yep, he's on her. Please come up.
2 submission wins for Lucas Clay. His only pro loss to LFA veteran Troy Ogden. And this is a usual fight for Lucas Clay. All 8 of his professional fights have gone past round number 1.
Yeah, a lot of decisions on it, and this is his MO. His MO, rather, sorry. He gets on top, he holds you down, he fishes for a submission, he'll land some ground and pound when it's available, but he's hunting. He's hunting for you to extend your neck, looking to lock in a darce or something right here, but he's very tricky. You see how he's getting him in this possible backside crucifix position.
Oh, man. Kozorosky listening to Gerald Mearshart in his
working on a darce right here. Got his darce. Gerald giving him great advice. Go belly down or to your back. Either one. You don't want to be on your side in the darce position.
Over and out. There is the tap. Lucas Clay gets the second round submission. Wow. What a slick move, and Jake Kozorosky is bloodied and battered in his LFA debut, but Lucas Clay earns his 3rd submission win.
Lucas Clay was fishing that darce right there. I wasn't even aware of the ground and pound. As soon as the fight was over, we see Jake pick his head up, and he's crazy. Just pouring blood right there. Some of that ground and pound definitely snuck in, cut him in a couple places. But the finish was so beautiful in that darce. That's his go-to right there. You see some of the action again. This is the takedown I'm talking about. Level change, step through, step around their leg that they're normally going to sprawl out. You trap that leg as he does this so well. He does it in every one of his fights, that same takedown. And once he gets on top, he does this. He uses those very long arms. 74.5-inch reach by Lucas Clay. It makes threading in those darce chokes very seamless for him. And once he gets in this position, he knows how to apply the pressure. Jake was trying to pivot to his hips, to his back, to his stomach to try to relieve some of that pressure. You don't want to be on this side. Lucas Clay just had the right amount of pressure to keep him on his side. Tremendous squeeze, tremendous performance by Lucas Clay.
He credited his win streak, which has now extended to 4, for really just believing in himself. Said he was going to be violent on the ground,
and get a finish, and that's exactly what Lucas Clay did tonight. Let's get the official time for our first finish of the evening from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Rob Madrigal, calls a stop to the fight. 3 minutes, 11 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner by tap out in a Darce choke, Lucas Cassius Clay.
Fourth straight victory for Lucas Clay, who now improves to an impressive 8-1 and has officially put the LFA lightweight division on alert. A stat man genius, AJ Pacheco, letting me know that is the first Darce choke finish here in the LFA this year. Add a Darce choke, add to his resume those 2 buggy chokes, and Lucas Clay continues to get it going. Well, grab your oxygen mask, because the LFA is returning to the Colorado resort town of Vail. Elevation 8,022 feet above sea level for a high-stakes middleweight showdown between 2 of the promotion's biggest stars when Josh Fremd battles Renato Vellante. Josh Fremd was a part of the LFA middleweight tournament and scored a 3rd consecutive highlight reel knockout against another Contender Series veteran, Bruno Oliveira, in the first semifinal of the tournament. The win would earn Fremd a shot at the LFA middleweight title, where he came up just short against Gregory Rodriguez, who is now in the UFC. But Josh Fremd has made a living out of ending his opponent's evenings. It will be a battle as he faces Black House MMA. Renato Vellante comes in with an 8-4 record, is just the next Brazilian star to enter into the LFA octagon. He earned his first LFA main event shot by defending previously undefeated LFA star in Contender Series 11, Chibi Oyenegecha at LFA 110. There is your full card for LFA 116 going down October 22nd. Some familiar faces, undefeated Jalen Fuller is back. Michael Stack as well. I mean, this is going to be a great card filled with some talented fighters in the state of Colorado. Can't wait to get back to the mountains in Vail, Colorado. And that's just the beginning of a busy fall schedule, because the LFA is California dreaming. November, the LFA goes back-to-back events in Cali. First, LFA 117 going down from Visalia. Man, I feel like I'm back in the WEC in 2004, and I'm going to Lemoore, California. We will go to the Visalia Convention Center, LFA 117. Then we go Hollywood and the Burbank Marriott Convention Center in Burbank, California for LFA 118. That's November 12th. Make sure to follow us on social media at LFA Fighting for ticket information and event and fight details. Well, it's time now for the Koi CBD co-main event of the night. Koi CBD, Create Balance Daily. Get more information at koicbd.com. In this fight between 2 big men, Chad Johnson and Jordan Heiderman. Heiderman, the former football player at Indiana University, and he tells his story tonight.
I'm Jordan Heiderman, LFA heavyweight, former collegiate football player. You know, I started playing football in the 3rd grade and just loved it. Walked on to Iowa Western and earned scholarship, earned starting spots back-to-back years. Won a national championship there, was a team captain. To win that national championship meant a lot. It was the first in the school's history. So I'm glad to be a part of that. I had a real successful year at Iowa Western, a couple years at Iowa Western, and then I went to Indiana, and I just couldn't make it quite click there. So I developed a hunger to still like want to compete and achieve, you know, great things. And that's when I transferred to MMA. Been building off of that hunger.
On the bicep, this looks tight, and there's the tap! Over and out!
There's a lot between football and MMA that you can transfer, like the physicality of the two sports, hand speed and the foot speed all transfer over really well. The biggest surprise was that I played at 285 pounds, so cutting that 45 pounds off, it's been a big game changer, and it just developed my speed, my quickness, my faster snap. I'm just building every day, learning every day, just to become a better fighter. I'm not stopping. Maybe 10 years from now, I'll consider stepping back, but the journey's not over, it's just begun.
This is the LFA 115 co-main event on UFC Fight Pass and is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA heavyweight division. Brought to you tonight by Koi CBD. Create balance daily. Shop online at koicbd.com today. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6'3", weight in 240.4 pounds. The ultra professional record 4 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 2 by way of submission. Representing Bomb Squad and fighting out of Norfolk, Nebraska, Jordan Heiderman. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 6'2", weight in 231.6 pounds. The ultra professional record 6 wins, 2 defeats, with all 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Resurgence MMA and Wanderley Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Appleton, Wisconsin, Chad Big Rig Johnson. The referee in charge of the action, Tom DeVellis.
All right, defend yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you wish. Back to corner, prepare to fight.
Jordan Heiderman with the blue tape. He is the favorite at -350. The comeback on Johnson with the red tape, plus 275 odds courtesy of MMAoddsbreakers.com. Do not blink in this fight. 2 very large men that know how to end a fight in an instant.
Yeah, I said it in the opening round. Chad Johnson has never seen the bell. And this is why. Oh,
he's
no!
Heiderman hurt! He's hurt! That is all! This fight is over! Chad Johnson steamrolls Jordan Heiderman!
I don't know if that was an illegal blow, Ron. Heiderman is completely out of it. Chad Johnson knocked him out, but I believe he might have kicked him when he was down. We're gonna have to see the replay. He definitely hurt him with the punches. I gotta see when that kick landed, if Heiderman was on the ground or not.
Heiderman is in pain. He is not sure where he is at right now. We will have to take a look at the replay.
I don't know if the referee recognized it, and I could be wrong.
He ran over. Tom DeVellis, our referee, ran over, and he's going to take a look at the replay too as we check it out here. As you see, Chad Johnson came flying out. We're going to take a look at this, Alan. Missed. He goes down. Oh my!
Elbow's down. It's a legal shot.
Illegal shot, says our referee, Tom DeVellis. The elbow was on the ground, making this an illegal shot. Nasty kick from Chad Johnson. Oh my gosh, that was violence.
What a tough way to end a fight. You can see right here, it was so close, but the elbow was touching. As soon as the referee saw that the elbow was down on the mat, he ruled that a down opponent, making that kick illegal.
Oh my, that is violent and nasty and illegal.
Chad Johnson
talking to Chad Johnson right now. He cannot believe it. He cannot believe what just happened, and that is a great sight to see that Jordan Heiderman is up, standing up, realizes where he's at now. I mean, he was out, Alan. He had no clue where he was at for quite some time. That was a scary scene.
He was still trying to grapple with the referee. He was trying to comprehend what had just happened. Chad Johnson just received the news. Obviously, he went from thinking he had a highlight reel knockout to being disqualified. We're going to take another review with this, guys.
Real slow here. Great shot from our crew. The elbow is down, and the kick is clearly afterwards.
It didn't happen until the elbow hit.
Absolutely. Our referee, Tom DeVellis, right here with us in the booth. I give him a ton of credit to come back and review it a second time.
I agree.
Before making it an official decision. He came back, and I agree with him. Alan, do you? The elbow was down, and then the kick came through.
You know, you hate to see victories in this type of way, but again, Ron, as you're saying, I credit the referee for coming back and wanting to clarify. He did clarify to us that Chad Johnson started throwing the kick when it was still legal, but by the time it landed, Heiderman's elbow was down on the mat, making it an illegal blow. It's a really kind of a gray area in the rule, because you start throwing a strike and it became illegal during the strike. Unfortunate ending.
No harmful intent from Chad Johnson. He saw the opportunity, went for it, was just a little bit late. All right, let's get the official decision and word from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Tom DeVellis, calls a stop to the fight in 25 seconds of the very first round. With the fighter unable to continue after an illegal strike, your winner by disqualification, Jordan Heiderman.
Well, the fans here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin are not happy, of course, because Chad Johnson is from Appleton. But I believe it was the right call. Oh, look at that nasty gash over the eye of Jordan Heiderman. Let's just kind of wrap this one up, Alan. You never want to see a fight end this way. It's great to see that Jordan Heiderman is okay, but he had his elbow on the ground. And we take a look at it again.
Yeah, as you see here, guys, he knocks him down. Now watch this. If we show it in slow motion, Johnson starts the kick right about here. His elbow is not quite down yet. Now it's down. So from this point on, it becomes illegal. The shin lands across the face. At that point, it was an illegal blow. He was knocked out. Couldn't happen. I got to say, it's kind of a gray area in the rule, because when Johnson started the kick, it was still legal. So it's tough to say by the time that it landed, it being illegal, that you would disqualify someone. But you also do have to know, that if you're taking a chance with somebody's falling to the mat, going for a head kick, you're putting yourself in danger to get disqualified. So it was kind of a risky move that Chad Johnson was to take. No ill intentions that he had towards Heiderman, but he did take a bit of a gamble, and it didn't pay off tonight. But he was looking so explosive. I wish this fight could have continued, or wouldn't have ended that way.
I hope matchmaker Mark Berry maybe will rebook this one, but for tonight, the co-main event ends with Jordan Heiderman getting the victory by way of DQ. He will remain undefeated. Well, we have reached the business portion of the card in the LFA 115 light heavyweight title fight. Let's learn more about Silveira and Cummins. Just like that! What a performance!
My fight style is a little bit of everything, but everyone knows if we go to the ground, I'll keep you there.
There's the tap! Over and out! Josh Silveira!
Valitudo runs in my blood, you know, and now that I'm here, I can make my life up with this stuff, you know, it's made for me.
Cummins!
I'm ready for this title shot because I've been putting in the work for years in the gym, and I'm ready to take advantage of it. I was a powerlifter from the age of 19 to 25. I think the years of discipline and training has paid off tremendously in my training schedule and how I'm able to treat my body now as an MMA fighter. My fight style is extremely entertaining, stand-up, and explosive. I got the call last summer to compete on BKFC 11. It's just helped me tremendously to bridge the gap between my last MMA fights and then my first LFA fight in March.
Josh Silveira looks fantastic in this fight.
It's gonna play out however he wants it to, as in whenever he wants to get out of there. You know, first round, second round, just gotta break him down little by little, but there will be a finish for sure.
Haven't really seen.
Oh! He's out! The referee's gonna step in. What a shoot!
I do see myself winning in the first or second round by KO or TKO.
The fans are gonna see someone that's happy to be where he's at. This is a dream I've had since I was a boy.
It's gonna feel great to solidify all the work that I put in and to be the second member of my gym to hold an LFA belt.
It's now time for the LFA 115 marquee fight of the night and the GLC 2000 main event. All gain, no pain. Back in the Oshkosh Arena in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Ron Kruk along with Alan Joban, and what a night so far as we get ready now to crown Alan a new champion in the light heavyweight division. Such an interesting matchup here. For me, when you look at Josh Silveira, a guy, Alan, that grew up on the mats. Of course, he is the son of the co-founder of American Top Team and MMA pioneer Conan Silveira, and then T. Cummins, a guy that hasn't been in this sport long, but is doing everything. I mean, I was there for his bare knuckle BKFC fight, got a nice win there, looked impressive, and now he's 4-0 in the world of MMA. Just a real interesting clash.
4-0 in the world of MMA, and he's only been fighting for about 4 years. So he shows that credit to his explosiveness, coming from the powerlifting background that we spoke about, going into bare knuckle, trying new things. He said it's only made him better. But you look at Josh Silveira, and when I look at him, I think about IQ. Fight IQ. He's been in here since he was a kid in the gym. His dad, Conan Silveira, not only is he the head coach over there, he's a BJJ black belt. And let me tell you something, if you're a BJJ black belt, you're always teaching your kids submissions, even when they don't know it. You're always showing, you're running up behind them, you're choking them, and you're making them get out of it. This last fight, Josh Silveira showed he could put away a jiu-jitsu black belt in the very first round, did it effortlessly. It's going to be a very interesting transition, how Josh Silveira how he goes against the pressure of T. Cummins, the explosiveness and the power that T. Cummins presents in this fight. 3 victories inside that octagon behind me, all 3 for Silveira coming by way of submission. 1 arm triangle choke and 2 rear naked chokes. But he will have his hands full with T. Cummins. This is a guy who, yes, it's his first professional MMA title fight, but 4 victories. Alan showing off the power in his punches, all 4 wins coming by way of spectacular knockout. I like it. He's a finisher. His power transfers through. He's very explosive. You see right now, he's got some bare knuckle boxing experience, and he spoke to us about this, Ron, how the experience really helped him. When you don't have any gloves, you go from a 16-ounce sparring glove to a 4-ounce MMA glove. Try bare knuckle boxing where there's no gloves right there. You have to really learn how to use your defense and land with accuracy, which he has been doing. You've seen his striking progress from fight to fight. He was able to finish that last fight in the 3rd round against a very high-level striker in opposition right there. T. Cummins is the guy who seems to be getting better and better with every fight that he takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening. This contest is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the LFA Light Heavyweight World Championship and is brought to you tonight by GLC 2000, the world's most potent joint pain formula. GLC 2000, no pain, more gain. And now, for all those watching around the world tonight on UFC Fight Pass, and for those here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, are you blue corner, this mixed martial artist stands 5'11", weight in 203.8 pounds. The ultimate professional record, 4 wins, 0 defeats, with all 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, the Experiment, T. Cummins. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a grappler standing 6'1", weight in 204 pounds. The ultimate professional record, 5 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 4 by way of submission. Representing American Top Team and fighting out of Miami, Florida, Josh Silveira. Your referee in charge of the action, Rob Madrigal.
All right, gentlemen, I need you to protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. I want you to fight hard, but fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Back up and we get started.
The odds for this LFA light heavyweight title fight. Josh Silveira is the favorite at -255. The comeback on the underdog, T. Cummins, +185. The 205-pound strap is on the line. T. Cummins with the blue tape and the white trunks. Josh Silveira, black trunks and red tape. We are underway. Odds coming in courtesy of MMAOddsBreaker.com. Cummins catches that body kick from Silveira.
Yeah, both guys testing the range early with the kicks. You know, Ron, it was so interesting watching the introduction, watching both guys pacing back and forth. T. Cummins just seems so relaxed, taking in the moment. With Josh Silveira, just seems so excited, like ready to actually show the world what he's been wanting to do this entire life.
I agree.
Oh!
Kick! And that is how you do it!
Josh Silveira with the monster head kick finish in the first round.
Over and out, and your new LFA light heavyweight champion of the world, Josh Silveira. The dream has come true.
Josh Silveira was pacing back and forth with a grin on his face and excitement. An excitement to show the world what he's been working on this entire time, and he was able to show us tonight what he's been doing.
Incredible. Taking care of business early against T. Cummins tonight. 28-year-old Josh Silveira. There's Dad. Let's take a look at the entire fight here. Textbook high kick right to the back of the ear, and T. Cummins was out on his feet.
Yeah, you see him come in, he's a southpaw stance. T. Cummins bit low. He thought the kick was coming low. He had to be cautious about the takedown. There's so much when you're fighting Josh Silveira that you have to worry about. The low kicks, the wrestling, and he goes upstairs. The first kick he throws when he has T against the fence, he goes upstairs to the left head kick. T picked the wrong door. Josh Silveira was able to land to the side of the head, as you said, put him down, finished up immediately. The ref stepped in a first round knockout by Josh Silveira.
Fifth first round finish for Josh Silveira. I mean, you're so worried about his grappling game and his wrestling, and then he comes out and throws the high kick and puts an end to this fight very quickly. What a performance by Josh Silveira. Meteoric rise continues. What a finish for Josh Silveira, taking out T. Cummins and earning the hardware here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Let's now get the official time from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Rob Madrigal, calls a stop to the fight in just 49 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout and new LFA light heavyweight world champion, Josh Silveira.
LFA CEO Ed Suarez handing over the hardware to Josh Silveira. His dad, Conan, right behind him, the proud papa. They talked about just what their plan was. They were in no rush to get to the UFC. They wanted to win a belt here in the LFA before anything, and that is exactly what they did tonight, making American Top Team proud. Josh Silveira is the new Legacy Fighting Alliance light heavyweight champion of the world. And what an emotional moment there for Conan and Josh, father and son. The dream has come true.
So, here, man. Congratulations. How you feeling right now, man? I just saw you have that embrace with your father. I know you had to have so much weight on your shoulders. The gym, the family, so many people counting on you. How do you feel right now?
The people are counting on me, but they don't get confused that they know I was born to do this, you know? They support me in the back, all the way to the front. Years and years doing this, and now I'm happy I actually get to make my dreams into reality. This is just the beginning, too. Just the beginning.
You know, when they were doing the introduction for this fight, I was watching both of you, and T seemed very calm and relaxed, kind of taking in the moment. And I'm watching you right there. You were pacing, you were smiling. You seemed so excited to kind of show the world what you've been working on. Is that what was going through your mind at that moment?
Yeah, so my father and I, the decision was made a long time ago. We don't come here and then decide to win, come to the event and then decide to do it. The decision was made a long time ago, so why be nervous? Why all the pressure? It's all smile now, you know? It's fun. It's fun to be in here.
It was a beautiful performance, I gotta say. Left head kick. Were you predicting a head kick knockout? Is that something that presented itself, or is that something you guys are working on?
We're always working on everything. I already have one head kick from the past, and why not do it again, you know? I use it a lot. On the southpaw, he was orthodox, just went right into it, you know, he was circling to my left. And he had the cage behind him too, so I knew he just had one way to go, you know?
Do you think having the wrestling accolades that you have, it makes fighters very cautious, thinking, stuffing the takedown, the defense? You saw his hands go low when you threw the kick high. Was that kind of something you were hoping that would happen, that he would bite to go low, that way the head kick would be opened up?
Yeah, my coach on the Mo and I, we work a lot of kicks down the middle first to make the hands drop, and then you throw the kick with intentions up top. Whether it hits the shoulders, hits the head, the neck, whatever, you know. But we set up the kick, you know, we just don't throw it just to throw. You know, we set it up, make sure everything's on target.
We might get a replay right now of this head kick right now. You can see right here. Talk us through this, man. You had it backed up against the fence, and talk me through what you were thinking right now.
So the whole camp, we were working on touching the front hand, touching, because I know T likes to swing heavy, big circle punches. So touching the hand, staying close to him, and then he was circling, man, you know, and I'm gonna throw it when I'm fresh, you know, and I'm not just a grappler. I train an American Top Team, best gym in the world. I have the best top guys around me, and you just can't grapple with them. You gotta do everything.
Beautiful performance, man. Okay, moving forward, you're the 205-pound champion now, 6-0, undefeated in your career. What's next for you?
So next, we're going according to plan. Like I said, these choices were made before all this. My goal was to get this belt. Now I'm gonna drop down to my middleweight class, my real weight class, 185. I know everybody, I'm a small light heavyweight, but I'm gonna drop, and I'm gonna go get one more belt, and then we'll go from there.
I've said before, you could probably drop to middleweight. You feel like now middleweight is your target. You're going to go to middleweight and try to fight for the LFA title next at middleweight.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Ed. I'm going to see what we could get going, and I'm going to drop down. The weight's not a problem. I already made it before. I just wait to make sure I have an opponent who's game, because it does take a little bit off of the body when you're cutting like that. But the game plan was just to stay at 205, get my fights, get comfortable, get the ring time. Now it's time to drop and go after the dream even more. You know?
I think it's a great game plan, man. I appreciate it.
No, just a big thank you to everybody who came out here. I love seeing the crowd now. It's great seeing everybody cheer. I love all the people in the front, you know, high-fiving me and stuff. I appreciate everybody, LFA, and all the people in the background. These guys work really hard out here, man. It's my fifth fight with them, and these guys are hard-working people. Thank you for everything.
Great stuff, man. I look forward to seeing you compete for the middleweight title in the LFA. Josh Silveira, everyone.
28-year-old Josh Silveira, the new LFA light heavyweight champion of the world with that 49-second head kick knockout of T. Cummins, improves to 6-0. And as you heard, he will be dropping down to 185. The goal is to become only the second LFA champ in history. Casey Kenny is the only other man to do it. What a story here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and an incredible way to cap off Legacy Fighting Alliance number 15. And the good times will keep rolling. Next event, LFA 116, going down October 22nd from Vail, Colorado. What a middleweight matchup we have here. The return of Josh Fremd. He will take on Blackhouse's Renato Volante. Tickets are on sale. Follow the LFA on social media for more information at LFA Fighting. You will not want to miss that show. October 22nd from Vail, Colorado. All LFA events air exclusively on UFC Fight Pass. The LFA executive producers are the Imperial family companies, Ed Suarez, Sven Bean, and Mark Berry. This has been a guerrilla warfare production. Executive producer, Christopher Markwell. Our producers, Blade Miner, AJ Pacheco, and the remote, Jamie McClintock. Get well, Benny. Directed tonight, Roberto Rios. Rob Barnes is our engineer and the technical guru of all, Audio Joe. For our tireless and spectacular LFA and production crew, for my broadcast partners, Mike Kendall and Alan Joban, we'll see you on UFC Fight Pass October 22nd for LFA 116 from Vail, Colorado. Thank you and good night.